I'm Mark.
And I'm Josh.
And this is Alter Ego Comics TV for the week of February 22nd, 2012. We're back with our recommendations this week for books that you should absolutely pick up at your local comic book store. And if you're in Lima, that would be us. So we'll start things off with Aquaman number 6. Aquaman continues to be a surprise hit in the New 52. Maybe not so much a surprise because putting Jeff Johns and Ivan Reis in a book together after the success of Blackest Night almost guaranteed that it would be well received. But we've heard from many of you that you're enjoying Aquaman. We are enjoying Aquaman as well. And this issue focuses on Mira, Aquaman's wife, and it's a nice done-in-one focus on Mira. There's not much else to say. It's nice to see her get some page time instead of just being kind of in the background and being Aquaman's lady. So I enjoyed it.
And I enjoyed Star Wars Dark Times number 4. I've said it before, Dark Times is maybe my favorite Star Wars book. It's one that has no, I'm just saying, maybe. There's some stiff competition in the Star Wars category. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But there's no one in this book from the movies. Darth Vader pops up in the series occasionally, but he hasn't been prominent in any of the issues recently. The people in this book are all from the previous Dark Times series, which I didn't finish, but I absolutely love it. You get great examples of archetypes we're familiar with from the Star Wars universe. Some of them are a little twisted. You get some interesting interpersonal relationships, and it's just a lot of fun. 2 times when I was reading this book, I had to stop and go, "This is awesome," and that didn't happen at all with any of the other books.
Was anybody around when you said that?
Yes. No. I was talking to myself, and I know, and now you know, Dark Times is awesome.
Speaking of awesome, Ultimate Comics SpiderMan, issue number 7. This continues the tale of Miles Morales, the new Ultimate Spider-Man, and it is awesome. There are plenty of adjectives I could use to describe this book, and they're all good. It's great seeing this new character kind of develop the powers and figure out what his place in the world is and how he's going to get by. And we're talking about a middle school student this time around. It's not a high school student. It's not grown-up Peter Parker. It's a middle school student and how he deals with obtaining the powers of a spider. And again, the ultimate Peter Parker is out of the picture, and you can tell that Miles, he actually says in the book, I wish I could talk to Peter and find out, how he dealt with these things. It's it's exciting, it's fun, it's new, it's fresh, it's everything a good comic should be, and I cannot recommend it highly enough.
Next up, we've got American Vampire issue 24. This is the 3rd issue in the story arc set in the 1950s, and it continues to be exceptionally strong. Scott Snyder has a real gift for being able to write in a period without seeming stilted. He does period dialogue without it seeming wonky or funny or intentionally false. And he has a great grasp of the 50s stuff, just like he did with the stuff set in the 20s, the stuff set in the 30s. Scott Snyder's awesome. So this issue, we're getting a little more backstory on the new character that was introduced, the vampire hunter, Greaser Hood, John Travolta from Grease character, and it's just a lot of fun. If you appreciate that 50s nostalgia, or if you just like good, fun stories, American Vampire is never a bad choice.
We're going to keep playing off each other today. Speaking of good, fun stories, Wolverine and the X-Men number 6 is out. This is written by Jason Aaron, with art by Nick Bradshaw, and Jason Aaron again. I think this might be his strongest book right now. Now, I'm not reading his creator-owned series Scalped, but I've heard great things about it. But I think he's got an incredible grasp of the characters in Wolverine and the X-Men. He's obviously got a lot of love and respect for the history of the X-Men, and it shows in every issue. You've got Wolverine and Quentin Quire in space, at a space casino, trying to earn money to keep the Jean Grey School for Higher Learning open. You've got Kitty Pryde infected by microscopic brood. You've got real brood storming the school. There's action, there's fun. It's, again, Marvel is really hitting a variety of their books out of the park right now, and Wolverine and the X-Men is at the top of that list.
On the trade front, we have Near Death Volume 1. This collects the Near Death series from Image, which is still ongoing. And the basic premise is you have a hardened, top-of-the-line, high-caliber assassin who one day has a near-death experience and sort of sees where he may go if he continues his current life, and decides that that is not where he wants to end up. And it's exceptionally good. It seems like a very kind of trite concept, but it's very well executed. Jay Farber's writing it, who you remember from that book with the family royal.
Noble Causes.
Noble Causes, yes. Excellent book also, and Dynamo 5 is Farber as well,
yeah.
which we also love.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, and I think a good measure of the quality of a book, a lot of books now, you'll get quotes on the back from people that I never heard of, or a lot of attributions to people who end in .com that I've, again, never heard of. The two quotes on the back of this book are from Ed Brubaker and Brian K. Vaughan, people who know about writing and specifically know about writing these types of characters. Near Death's a great read, and for $10, you cannot go wrong with checking her out.
And I love those quotes from websites because they're just going to the message boards and they're pulling off a random comment and not attributing it to anybody. It's like, hey, we found this on comicbookresources.com. It means nothing. But as Josh said, these are two guys we know do great work, and they love Near Death. All right, these next two books, and I'm going to go one at a time here, so I'll skip back to him like we normally do. But the next two books had elements in them that surprised me, that I didn't see coming, and was pleasantly surprised by. And the first up is I, Vampire #6. Continues the storyline of Andrew, the good vampire, and Mary, the bad vampire, battling in Gotham City along with Batman and some other supporting characters. And just the series as a whole, this isn't the first time you've heard me say this. I, Vampire is a great book. It falls under the New 52 banner of I don't really know these characters, so maybe some of you aren't checking it out, or you're familiar with the superhero stuff. You don't like vampires, who knows what. But the combination of story and artwork in I, Vampire is excellent. And again, there's a moment in this book when you just go, well, huh? Did they just really do that? So there's that.
Still in the collected edition front, we've got Superior hardcover from Mark Miller and Lenny Liu. Mark Miller, you'll remember from, what's that book, Kick-Ass?
Yes.
Old Man Logan, Red
Civil
Sun, a lot of good books. And this is no exception. Superior is the story of a young kid with a debilitating disease that leaves him sort of paraplegic.
Wheelchair bound.
Yes, wheelchair or crutches bound. And he is offered the chance to become a superhero, to become kind of a Superman analog. And he has to make a deal with certain forces of questionable origin. And it's very well executed. I give Mark Miller a lot of crap for not being able to keep a schedule. But once Superior came out and was collected, it was a really good read, and I enjoyed the heck out of it.
All right, my pick of the week, Secret Avengers, number 23. This is the third issue by Rick Remender as regular writer, artwork by Gabriel Hardman, and there's a lot to love about this book. I think Marvel obviously knew what they were doing when they put Remender on this book, because he's captured kind of a lot of the essence that he's got on Uncanny X-Force and some of the other books that he writes. You've got a team of Avengers that you normally don't see put together. Again, Secret Avengers is kind of like the Black Ops Avengers, where Uncanny X-Force is the Black Ops XMen team. And again, there's a moment in this book that you don't see coming, and it's powerful. The artwork is great, the writing is great. We've got the addition of Venom to the team of Secret Avengers against the will of Hawkeye, who's currently leading the team. Steve Rogers is still around as Captain America, and he's the one that recruits Flash Thompson, a.k.a. Venom, to be on the team. It's just that the members of this team work so well together, and this is arguably the best Avengers book outside of Children's Crusade being published right now. And we're back to me, I guess. Are we? No, you
No,
have
I have one more.
All right, back to Josh.
My
Never
pick of the
mind.
week is Aquaman #6. Just like Mark said, it's a Mira-centric story, and one of the things that they have going on here is you're seeing both the current Mira story that picks up from the end of the previous issue, or actually 2 issues, because last issue was all Aquaman in the desert. But and then you're also getting backstory, kind of filling in who Mira's background, because let's be honest, not everyone knows about Aquawoman, or Mira as she prefers to be called. But they do a great job of intercutting them, making what should be just kind of bland exposition into an interesting story that kind of shows us where she is and where she's come from, and it's a lot of fun. Aquaman is consistently awesome.
Thank you, Jeff Johns and Ivan Rice.
And some Prado guy.
Yeah, that guy. Just a heads up, in the collected edition front, we've got Batman versus Bane, which is very timely since Batman will be fighting Bane in the theaters this year in Dark Knight Rises. This collects the Batman Vengeance of Bane and Batman Bane of the Demon individual comics written by Chuck Dixon, and it's just awesome. If you're hankering for some Batman versus Bane action before the movie comes out, and you've already read the Nightfall saga, pick this one up.
Actually, Batman versus Bane of the Demon. That also involves the Al Ghul,
Yes.
Al Ghul family, who are
Who may or may not be in the movie.
Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, Liam Neeson in every movie coming out in 2012.
Awesome.
That's it for this week. As always, we appreciate your comments and questions and your viewership. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next week.